Imagine standing in front of a landscape so vast, so detailed, that your eyes can't even take it all in. You press the shutter, and later on your monitor you zoom in. You zoom past the trees, past the leaves, down to a single dewdrop on a blade of grass. And it's tack sharp. For years, Nikon fans have been waiting for the true successor. Not just a faster camera, but a resolution monster that makes the world stand still. We've had the Z8 and the Z9 for speed, but the landscape and studio purists were left in the shadows. Until now. Today, the shadows are disappearing. The leaks coming out of Japan regarding the Nikon Z7 III aren't just incremental updates. They are a direct challenge to the medium format world. We are looking at a 67-megapixel beast that integrates red cinema color science and a dynamic range that shouldn't be possible in a full-frame sensor. If you are a landscape, portrait, or architectural photographer, stop. Do not trade in your D850 or your Z7 II just yet, because the Nikon Z7 III is about to rewrite the rules of image quality. Stick with me, because we are diving deep into the 2-nanometer processing rumors, the invisible autofocus breakthroughs, and the pricing strategy that is intended to wipe out the competition. The Nikon Z7 series has always been about the R, resolution. But with the Mark III, Nikon is chasing a different letter. P for perfection. The core of this machine is rumored to be a custom-designed 67.5-megapixel BSI CMOS sensor. Now, why that specific number? It's not just about beating the Sony A7 RV's 61 megapixels. It's about the mathematical limit of what Nikon's Z-mount glass can resolve. This sensor is reportedly built with a zero-gap, micro-lens architecture, allowing it to pull in light from extreme angles. For you, that means edge-to-edge sharpness that finally justifies the existence of those heavy, expensive S-line prime lenses. This isn't just a camera, it's a high-precision optical laboratory that fits in your hand. But resolution without dynamic range is just a large file with no soul. The most insane leak we've seen suggests that the Z7 III will offer a base ISO of 64, just like the legendary D850, but with a new dual-stream readout that provides over 15 stops of dynamic range. We are talking about pulling detail out of pure black shadows without a hint of color noise. This is the medium format killer moment. Sony and Canon have focused on speed, but Nikon is focusing on the canvas. They are giving you a file that is so malleable, so rich in data, that you can push and pull your edits in ways that would break any other full-frame sensor. Now, let's talk about the red factor. When Nikon acquired Red Digital Cinema, the tech world wondered, when will we see the fruits of this marriage? The Z7 III is rumored to be the first recipient. We aren't just getting Nikon's standard color science. We are getting Red's IPP2 color pipeline integrated directly into the XP8 processor. This means the skin tones and the highlight roll-off on the Z7 III will look filmic rather than digital. Even if you never shoot a frame of video, this color science will affect your raw stills, providing a starting point for your edits that feels more like 35mm